So when I was in college, I had a college radio show with a friend of mine named Ben, where nobody listened to our show and no one ever called in, so we called other people. And we didn't even prank call them, we just called them and held like discussions. It was really weird and it was sad and nobody listened. But to get that show, I had to work on a more popular show. And that more popular show was the hip-hop show on our radio station. And it was in New York, so it was kind of a big deal. It was the big underground hip-hop show. And I really didn't have much to do there. I only had one task, and that was when the artist showed up, and this was usually at like 10 o'clock at night or something, at our arts building. When they showed up to come up, the rappers showed up to tell stories, not tell stories, to rap. Very confused, I'm at a story slam, but it's kind of a story. So when they showed up, I had to go down and sign them in at the front desk. And security sometimes let people up, and it wasn't too big of a deal without me going down to sign them in. But this is pre-9/11, so it was pretty lax security. But there were some security guards that always made me come down to sign people in. And the thing was, when you got signed in, you had to sign your real name. So Eminem had to sign in as Marshall Mathers. 50 Cent signed in as Curtis, whatever his last name is. There were a lot of people that came through there that had to sign in. And usually it wasn't that big of a deal. But one day we got a phone call for me to come down to sign in our rapper of the night. And when I arrived in the lobby, there was a bit of an argument going on in between the security guard, who was a lovely Jamaican man who took his job very seriously, and then the rapper and his entourage. And the thing was that every rapper that came to this always had an entourage, and you could judge how bad somebody was, or like how not famous they were, by how many more people were in their entourage. So this guy had a lot of people when I showed up downstairs, this guy that was there. And so, I kind of had to step into this argument and say, hey, what's going on? Because I'm a peacekeeper. I like to resolve situations peacefully. Well, it turns out that the rapper, Killer Priest, well, I guess no one's heard of him. He had signed his name on the sheet, on the sign-in sheet, Killer Priest, which happened all the time. People would sign their name, and then the security guard's like, no, I need your real name, and I need your real ID. But on this particular occasion, the security guard wasn't even having it. As soon as that name Killer Priest went down, he took serious offense to this. And he's like, I have signed, I'm not going to do an impression of the man, but he said, I have signed a lot of people in here, and I put up with all sorts of things, but I do not believe in the killing of a priest. And sort of went on a rant about that. So I spent about 15 minutes explaining to the man that no, he's not a killer priest. He's a priest whose lyrics are so killer that he's good at rapping. And I don't know if I guess I won that argument because eventually Killer Priest got to come upstairs. I may have just bored the security guard. But we went upstairs and Killer Priest got to go on air and he rapped a little bit. And it turns out he did not live up to his name. So that's my story.